Thomason, and I'm honored to be up here speaking today. I think all of us remember being asked as a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? I changed my answer a lot of times throughout my childhood years. I like to read and write, so I thought maybe I would become an author. I definitely thought I had an exceptional voice, so I figured maybe I'd be discovered singing to myself in a grocery store and become a pop star. Then, after watching all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy, I figured being a surgeon couldn't be too hard. But ultimately, I remember sitting in front of my college application senior year with my cursor hovering over the potential majors option, having no idea what to select. I decided maybe the surgeon route wasn't for me after realizing it actually probably wasn't as easy as it looks on TV, so nursing might be the next best career to stay involved with the medical field. I selected the option, not thinking much about it, knowing I could change my mind later if I wanted to. We'll come back to that. Fast forward a bit, and I was enrolled and soon to be starting at Luther. I was very surprised to learn that the program I had already committed to meant I'd be spending a whole year at Mayo Clinic doing clinical rotations. Sure, I thought, that sounds pretty cool. I'll stick with it for now and see how it goes. That was my first big surprise freshman year, but certainly not my last. I remember exactly where I was sitting in the Brant Study Lounge when we received that email in March 2020 saying that we had less than a week to move out of the dorms and head home for the foreseeable future. I remember watching the news and hearing stories of nurses caring for COVID patients with limited resources. And while those stories terrified me, I was also so inspired by their courage and bravery. When we returned to Luther for our sophomore year, our class faced some unprecedented challenges, to say the least. All of our most difficult classes were condensed from a full semester to just 7 weeks. We were in lab 6 hours a day, in addition to sitting through multiple long, information-heavy lectures. It felt like every spare moment was spent studying or watching the dreaded ATI modules. But looking back, it is amazing to think how well we adapted to those circumstances. Most schools were virtual at that point, nursing classes suspended or consisting of labs injecting shots into oranges. Yet we were able to stay together, marching to class after class, masked and 6 feet apart, fogging up face shields, and feverishly washing our hands. To say the experience united us is an understatement. No one else understood the challenges we faced but each other. We were each other's confidants, going from 30 strangers to each other's best friends. By the end of the year, there wasn't a single person in the program I didn't know on a personal level. We moved to Rochester excited for a new chapter in our lives, ready to work with a variety of patients and finally put all the skills we learned to use. It was that year at Mayo that truly ignited my passion for nursing, and I think it is safe to say that was the case for many, if not all of us. We provided direct care on colorectal, neuro, psych, hem-onc, cardiac, pediatric, and OB floors. We had observation days in the emergency room, in the ICU, and in labor and delivery. We learned what being a nurse truly means. We learned how important it is to be observant and diligent, how important it is to think under pressure, and how important it is to focus on the little things. From skinning cats in an anatomy lab, to trying on our scrubs for the first time, to all the PEs that left us sleepless the night before, to the concept maps and the care plans, to the mornings that we had to wake up before 5 a.m. for clinicals. Now here we are. We finally have an answer for our younger selves who wonder, what will I be when I grow up? Earlier, I said I was going to come back to the way I decided on nursing. Yes, I was someone who originally picked nursing because I thought it seemed like a good way to join the medical field without drowning in debt and being stuck in school for years on end. But that isn't why I've stuck with nursing. Through my time in Luther's nursing program, I've learned that there's truly nothing I would rather do than be a nurse, no matter the cost and no matter the schooling. Being a nurse means you are the right hand of the patient. You spend more time with them than anyone else on the healthcare team. You study their story inside and out, so you know exactly how the care you are providing them supports them. You learn what they love, what they hate, what they want to continue to do with their life, and what they've done with their life. You are their confidant and their advocate. You have the power to make a difference on the darkest of days during the most unexpected of times. I am so grateful to be part of such an amazing program with such amazing people. Haley, Carly, Abby, Kaylee, Anna, Nicole, Paige, Danica, Jimmy. I am so thankful to have gone through this process with you. You are all going to be incredible nurses. Before I end, I want to say a huge thank you to our instructors. As I recently told some prospective students, there are so many components that make this nursing program exceptional, but the real selling point for Luther is this faculty group. I want to share a few words on behalf of all of us for each of our core faculty members. Starting with Lori. Lori is the first face I remember seeing in the program and truly made us all feel welcome right from the start. She has a way of making you feel like you are capable, recognizing all the little successes, and helping build your confidence. She balances out our instructors who maintain a complete poker face, giving you a little smile or word of encouragement to let you know you're on the right track. Secondly, LaDonna. LaDonna has this dry sense of humor that could get us all laughing at 8 in the morning, which is no easy task when your audience is a group of sophomore nursing students running on no sleep. Her dedication to her students is remarkable. This woman drove 3 hours round trip to Rochester just to teach her evidence-based practice class every week during her junior year. She connected us all to our top capstone placements at hospitals all throughout the Midwest, giving us the opportunity to gain invaluable experience in our specialty of interest. Next, Dee. Dee taught my intervention lab sophomore year and all of my sim labs, meaning she taught me my very first nursing skills, all the way to the complex simulations we have participated in this semester. I think it is safe to say she deserves the award of Best Actress in the department, hands down. Dee won't pretend you didn't make mistakes when you did, but she also always finds a way to recognize your strengths and how much you do know. She's always up to joke around and banter, but is a softie at heart, the first to give you a pep talk and a hug when you're crying. Dee sparks my own interest in critical care, and I hope to be half the nurse I know she is. Then we have Sarah, who couldn't be here today, but still deserves to be recognized. Sarah taught class for all of us both semesters in Rochester, and I was lucky to have Sarah as my clinical instructor as well, in addition to see her in action when I was placed on her home unit for my capstone. She is seriously one of the smartest people I've ever met, but won't make you feel dumb for asking a question. She taught one of the hardest classes in nursing school and was so invested in helping every single person succeed. It is tough to make a group of students look forward to med-surg lectures, yet I never heard one person complain about her class. Sarah's magnetic personality, humor, and positivity truly changes lives around her. And of course, Jamie. Jamie owns 3 corgis and walks them all around your campus, if that tells you anything about the type of person she is. But in all seriousness, Jamie is really so incredible. She has been my advisor for the last 3.5 years, and has always been so willing to talk and provide words of encouragement, and fill out recommendations for all the study abroad trips I had planned and then were canceled. I will never forget the way she uses sexy as an adjective to describe pathophysiology. Jamie is passionate, kind, and truly cares about her students' success, not just academically, but their well-being as a whole. And lastly, although she couldn't be here today, we want to recognize Angela. Angela's guidance as both our professor and department head has truly allowed us to reach our full potential. She has been involved in so many aspects of our program and has thrived in every role. Her empathy and compassion have made such an impact on me individually and our group as a whole. She unites groups of people together and reminds me how much change just one person can inspire. Her work with the Amish community, her commitment to community and global health, and her dedication to her students make Angela such an incredible leader. To close, I just want to reiterate how grateful I am for these people and Luther's nursing program. Thank you to our adjunct faculty, our parents, our partners, our siblings, and everyone else who supported us along the way. It's a bittersweet goodbye, but when we're ready.